traffic calming on Sand Shore, whether it's doing something with the line of sight on the corner. I think it's a common issue on all those streets that exit out onto Sand Shore. I know
Just the pin.
Yeah.
I was visiting the Habitat Humanity Project today, and inching out of Stonewall, yeah, you gotta get out there to see, and if it's where the bend is, it's dangerous.
Is there an opportunity, if you could check with the traffic department, I've seen them, when there's a turn like that, there's a mirror that
We
you
have
can look at.
Actually, I saw the
We
mirror
have
on the
one.
Google
You
We
have
image.
one.
Yeah, we installed it, we paid for it ourselves.
Oh, you
The
did,
residents
okay.
on the block did it.
Yeah, the ones that you see throughout town are privately owned. That's not something that is technically regulated as a traffic device, so we don't put them up as, and take on that liability, but I know residents have installed them.
And we also have to take into consideration, if you can, the private beaches right across the street. We own one of those private beaches as well, and we walk our pets across that street every day. There's plenty of children, we all have children, that walk there, across the street to go back and forth to the beaches, and it's just, it's very dangerous. And if you want us to take advantage of the properties and enjoy the lake, we ask for your support back as well, just to make sure that we're safe by doing so.
Just, Andrew, it is 25 because it's dash residential. It's 25 miles an hour along that road.
On Sand Shore?
Yes.
I believe so.
35.
35.
Is it 35?
I thought it was
Can-
20.
It's actually 40 up above, and then when you get closer, it slows down on the lakeside.
Could we maybe explore with the traffic division?
Yeah,
maybe
we could do a
bring
speed
that down to
study.
25 as a residential.
Once I
It
get
is
batteries,
risk
so
program.
we could do a speed study.
What's that?
Batteries.
No, yeah, we could definitely study the speed and see if most people are traveling to 25 or going up to 35. They do that 80 percentile and see.
I'm just saying permanently lower it
No, I understand.
to 25,
Yeah.
that, regardless of the study.
Yeah,
The study's just gonna reinforce, just lower it to 25 as a residential. I think it's at least a first step for enforcement, so that when we do put police there,
yeah,
we're quicker to take action. Just force the cars to go slower
I agree
through
with
speed
you.
limits.
I agree 100%, just make it I thought it was 25.
I thought so. I
When
can't believe
used
it's
to
even
drive,
40
I always
on that
went
road.
25
The
there.
only
That
road that's
road
25
bends
is
and
that
so
Flanders
much,
Drake
and I
Road,
hate
that little tiny one that goes by the pavilion. That's
Yeah.
25
Yeah,
miles
we
per
lowered
hour.
Corey to
I
25,
was just
Corey's
gonna say,
was
we
lowered to
lowered
25. I mean, they're local roads, so it's council's jurisdiction via ordinance to lower the speed limit. I'd like to at least get traffic's input.
Yeah, look, I for one, would still want the following procedure of getting the police traffic's input to make sure we do follow, because here's the issue that I have with just, en masse, just labeling the street 25. That, and there's gonna be another section. Somebody's gonna come before us and say, "Attorney, change that to 25, or change, or change it." So I think it's best that we get data. If the data proves that people are speeding, then one, if we have the speed, the limit set at 35 and the majority are violating it, then that's an enforcement issue. In which case, we have mechanisms for that. But I for one would prefer to hear the traffic division's, input on that. So unless does anyone from council have any objections on that?
I do.
I don't mind, but fix the machine so we can get the data.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
need to
you
fix it.
can't tell us to hold
Yeah.
on for data, and then we don't have data coming in because we know there's a machine, mechanical
What's
issue.
the turnaround time to get that information, do you think?
I think
A
he's gonna
month,
check.
2 weeks?
I'm gonna check tomorrow what the status is of the radars and why the batteries keep dying, and to see if we have something else that we could do, to
How
get
old is that piece of equipment?
I don't know, Alex offhand.
Okay. I mean, I would say, probably speaking out of turn here, but maybe we should put another one in the budget to allow us to be able to get data from any part of the township as we can, and not be limited by waiting for one to become available. Ms. Labo, you had another comment?
I was just gonna say, in something like this, when it's clear that it should be 25 to have people slow down. Sure, there's a lot of people might come in and say that, but this is, maybe it's because I live in that area. I know how bad that is to be there. You live right around the corner, so I don't need any kind of,
It sounds like we just collected our data.
there's not,
I said, it sounds to me like we just collected our data for that block. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, if you just look at the police reports,
yeah,
accidents,
the
go
accidents
through the
alone.
histories, that's your data.
I don't see any need for further,
My humble opinion.
Yeah, that's. I
Mr.
agree.
Mayor?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the 25, I don't mind. I think, we've done it before. The issue is always it really doesn't do much because they still speed. Corey Rhodes is a perfect example of that. We ended up restriping, doing stuff now after the speed for how many years was reduced. I think it's a combination of everything. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't do 25, but we'd look into it. But I think we have to look at other options too along that whole area, not just the fact of lower the speed limit, because they're still gonna do 40 and 45. I mean,
They're
we
still
know.
gonna feel out.
Unfortunately, it's all our residents that live there and complain about it, and they're the ones that are doing the speeding, so it's very difficult. But I don't have a problem with the 25, but I think it's a combination of everything. We need to talk to the police, find out their take on that, whether it's, I don't know about the study really needs to be done or not, we'll leave it to them. But I think other options we gotta look at as well, not just the speed. There's gotta be some other options. we
My
can
gut
do.
tells me, Mr. Mayor, that 40 and a 35 is a lower ticket than a 40 and a 25. And you know what I'm saying? I think that the pain of the ticket will slow
Yeah.
people down.
If we-
And honestly, you drive that road at 40 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour.
It's too
It's
fast.
fast.
It's
A lot of
way
turns.
too
It's
fast.
a lot of turns around.
I think what the police department usually will tell you is when they do these traffic studies is 80% of the people will drive what they feel comfortable driving the road at that speed, which is what usually aligns to the speed limits. You're definitely gonna get outliners on every road. But if the majority of the residents are traveling 35, then lowering it to 25 is not necessarily going to change that habit because they feel that the road itself is designed in a way that I could safely travel 35 miles an hour.
Ms. Leba?
One last thing, we also included in the study that there is a bar located on that street, a large bar. Right? How far is it from?
Pavilion?
Yeah,
Oh, it's right across the street.
Yeah. so
On the
it's,
whole thing, but it's not really
no,
adjacent to us.
I'm talking, no, I'm talking about, you don't wanna have, just in case anybody had to drink too many, that's.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yeah. I'm not into sunshine and roses, but I think we should do some sort of community campaign, because it's our neighbors who are speeding.
Yeah.
Okay? Neighbors hitting neighbors, right? So, some sort of community campaign, like a slow down campaign of the sorts. And on top of that, enforcement. We need more enforcement.
I mean, just those signs in the middle of the street showing children at play slow me down automatically driving. It's just for awareness, knowing, oh, all right, let me think about this again. There's somebody might be out right now. We did a campaign like that and it's a sign just where the residential blocks are, where we're all walking across the street by the lake. Traffic, people are crossing. Consider us like ducks or turtles crossing area. Put something in for awareness for people to know this is an active area. People are crossing their roads.
So it's a combination of everything, not just the speed,
There's blind
it's awareness.
spots.
We gotta
Yeah,
make
just
people aware of
awareness,
it.
be aware of blind spots. These roads,
problem
people
throughout
can't
the
see
community.
leaving their block.
It really is.
Ms. Leba?
I know I said only one more time, but going on what Ralph said, the fact is if we have to have more police officers and we have to have, the tickets and all that, it costs more money out of the budget. So our neighbors who are going too fast and complaining about the budget are creating expenses we don't need to have if they would just follow the law,
You want lower taxes, behave, right?
right? Like, or keep them from rising. Do your share.
So let me go back to the traffic division and
Yeah,
We'll come back
maybe
to the
we
next
have
meeting
something,
with
maybe we have something in the
solutions.
books that the police department has already, and it just.
similar to what we did on Park Ave and Main Street with that dangerous curve, it was a multi-phased
Oh, yes.
approach. We did rumble strips, we did a blinking LED. So
There's a lot of options.
there's,
Well, the diet that Corey Road went under, I don't routinely go through it, but on the rare occasions I do, I know it slowed me
It slowed
down.
you
The
down.
visual
Yeah, I just said
diet
that today.
definitely slowed me down, because I do
Slows you
remember prior to that, Corey Road was so wide open that when I was doing 25, 27, it looks like I was, about to do a drive-by, I was going so slow.
yeah, striping may help. It might need
Flashing
to
radar
be,
signs do it.
yeah. Unfortunately, we've been repaving sections of Sand Shore, and as we repave, that encourages people to go a little faster.
Andrew, I'm still waiting for you to come down to 10 Shady Lane to pave our block. I know you and I have an email chain going
Oh, okay,
since
now I know who you are.
2023, talking about paving our block. I'm still waiting for somebody. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
definitely one thing we
I'm
can
sure you all
do
know
is-
me by name. Yes, I am Alicia. I live on Shady Lane. I am very vocal. I'm very pro, this township. I love this township. We moved here in 2017. We moved here. We've been here for almost, I don't know, a long time now. We love this township and we're here to support it as much as possible. And, we take care of it. We do our part here. And we're just looking for the same stuff back. Like, this is my first time coming. You could thank Alan for it, because he's always the one vocal in telling us. And also, I met Ralph at the gym, and he encouraged me to come tonight, sharing my concerns with them. So this is my first time here. I hope to come again at other meetings. So, but I do appreciate your help. I know you and I could talk for quite some time. So,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
guys, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Hey, anyone else from the public? Name and address for the record, unless you're exempt under Daniels Law.
Hi, I'm Maureen Mitru, and I live at 44 Corey Road. Corey Road, which has been mentioned many times this evening. Corey Road, which I've recently learned, is now a proposed prohibition where you can no longer park on the even or north side of the street. And I don't know why. I don't know why the issue on Corey Road is speed. The issue is township residents not actually adhering to the posted speed limits, as was mentioned by our neighbors on Sunset Road. The batteries, because, by the way, one of the machines that read it is right outside my house. So I see every single day how fast people go up and down that road. So I don't understand how the change in parking is gonna address the issue of lack of adherence to the speed limit, lack of enforcement of the speed limit, lack of enforcement of distracted driving rules, because many times you see people who leave the high school, and I'm gonna tell you, some of these people are teachers and administrators who are looking at their phones as they're driving down Corey Road, because it's flat and it's straight. So how is the parking? I was hoping to hear more about why this was proposed. I thought perhaps there'd be someone from the police department explaining why this is. We've got 10 homes on that side of the road. Well, now parking is potentially going to be prohibited. Whereas on the south side of the road, there's 2 homes, number 39 and 41. So when there are holidays, when there are, where are we gonna put all of our cars? The times when there are cars parked on both sides of the road are pretty infrequent. They're kind of special occasions like graduation parties or things like that. We do have one neighbor who's elderly, Mrs. Pergentile, whose car's been hit a number of times. And she has significant mobility issues. I've seen her this past weekend, because the note came out, where she parked across the street, and she is creeping with her cane, causing more of a distraction and a safety issue than if she could just park on that side of the street. So, Mr. Chirenko, I'm addressing this to you because you addressed the letter to us. And how is this going to resolve the issue?
So this is on for second reading ordinance today. So it hasn't been voted on yet. But as the council knows, the police department came and made a presentation to the council about 2 weeks ago with their recommendation to prohibit parking on Corey Road on the south side, the entire length, and on the north road from Victoria to Flanders Necon Road. The reason we're allowing parking on the other side is because that's where there is a sidewalk. So they thought it'd be safer for residents to park on that side, use the sidewalk, and then use a crosswalk to get to where they wanted to get to. We've all been down Quarry Road. It's one of the busiest roads probably in Mount Olive. I think we've all seen cars parked on the one side, and everyone needs to swerve into oncoming traffic to get around those cars that are parked there. It's used a lot by students, by school buses. A lot of times you'll see school buses going down the middle or on the left-hand side to get around traffic. At night, it's extremely dangerous. I myself, see those cars parked there that are sticking out halfway in the lane. So this was the police department's recommendation to make Quarry Road safer. We were repaving it, so we took this opportunity to redo the striping to allow for safer travel.
Well, the police department certainly didn't make us aware of their first reading of it. They rang doorbells and dropped them off after the lines were painted this past weekend. So residents weren't made aware of it.
Right, you're made aware of the public hearing, which is your opportunity to.
Of the study of their proposal.
It was listed on the agenda for public discussion, so.
Is it your recommendation that you want us to table this while you and the residents look at the study or look at the minutes and the presentation by the police department so that you can voice your opinion? Is that what you're requesting?
Sure, is the study available?
And I'm assuming that presentation is available for the public to digest?
Yeah, I believe there was a presentation and some memos from the police department that were available.
And I'm assuming she does not need to Oprah it, we can readily give it to her?
Yeah, we have it available. It's probably on the website as well, but yeah, it's no problem.
Because right now on Quarry, you can't park on either side of the road from Victoria up to the high school from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I thought it was the whole length of the corridor. We talked at a previous meeting. I thought the whole length of the road was shut down to students.
There are current restrictions in place now on Quarry Road. I'm trying to bring them up to compare the two ordinances, but I know there are restrictions currently in place on Quarry Road. This one was going a step further.
So it's posted that you can't park
Mhm.
During
from
school hours,
Victoria
right?
all the way
Yeah,
There
up
are
to the high
signs,
school
yeah.
from 7 to 5.
right, that's right.
And then on the, I don't know if you want to call it lower half, upper half, I think of it as lower because we're down the hill. We could park on either side of the road. So now if you're taking one whole side of the road away, you're also not now that the striping is there, the cars are still going around. We've got contractor trucks, we've got landscaper trucks.
Well, the parking restriction hasn't been put in place yet, so
Well, where do they go?
they're gonna go to the other side if the ordinance gets passed.
And they're still gonna people are still gonna have to go around them, which either
The way it was striped, the shoulder is wide enough to accommodate a car. So that was the whole thought process behind the change, that within the shoulder there'd be parking, then you have two 10-foot lane roads for travel, and then just the fog line on the other side, just to make the road a little narrower.
Which also was supposed to slow down, we figured. I just said that to the areas that we were riding by there. I said, it's amazing how the lines actually made me slow down, because it seems smaller, so you gotta go slower to get to that portion, because now I'm closer to the side than it was. I'm not talking about the parking part, I'm just
I think
driving part.
what I'm hearing is a request to flip the parking lane to the other side. So
And I
it's closer to
suggested that
houses.
when the police department made their recommendation, and again, it was because there's the sidewalk on one side if you're gonna get out of your car,
That's what-
But
walk on
that
a
side-
sidewalk to where you're gonna get.
That's-
That
But you're still
sidewalk-
swinging your car, if you're
So
on
I-
the driver's side, you're still swinging out into the
Yeah.
roadway. It's not, I can understand if you're on the passenger side or the rear passenger side, you're opening up to the sidewalk, but if you're in the driver's seat, you're opening up to the road.
It might have been I'd have to revisit the memos, there might have been more to it with sight distance and where more cars, in what direction they travel in, so I'd rather refer back to the memo and the police department's
If I
recommendation.
could, would you be more comfortable if the parking side was on the residential?
I think so, yes.
Is that really kind of what we're asking here, just to,
Yes, I think that makes more sense because there are more residents.
right, there's only a couple
On
of
that
houses
side
and
of
a
the
lot of
road.
open wood. I live on Victoria, so I know.
Yeah. So, the other question that I had related to that is, again, with the, related to the sidewalk. So there's a portion of the homes that are right along the sidewalk. They have done a very good job with keeping the sidewalks clear in the wintertime. But there is that portion that I think is alongside township land that is heaped high. This year, at times, 3 feet high that was uncleared. And so if that's supposed to be the safe side of the road for people to get off on, you would have to, you'd have to get over a hump of snow that's 3 feet high. And no one's responsible for clearing that
The
sidewalk.
township does maintain the sidewalk.
Not very well.
I've seen them out there every snowstorm.
Not very well, and then walk to a crosswalk? That seems like that's a bit of an ask, especially because a lot of us who live on that road are over 60 years of age and have been township residents for 25, 30, 40 years.
So, Andrew, I guess if what I'm hearing, as long as there's consensus from council, we can table this ordinance to the next meeting, allow the administration to review their notes, make sure gives residents in that area the opportunity to review the information that the police department recommended. And then we'll see this again in 2 weeks. That should be more than enough time, I assume, for you guys to review and see the police department's justification for that.
That's right.
So you could table it for 2 weeks, so we can get the police to come if they're gonna be here, and they can explain their.
Yeah,
side.
so table it when you get to
That's what we.
Yeah,
vote
you
on
can
the first reading.
Come to the next
Yes,
meeting.
just
What day is that?
It's 2 weeks from.
September 1st.
Yeah, so
carry,
we'll just
carry the
carry it.
ordinance for the next meeting.
Carry it to the next meeting.
Which would, I believe,
Let
is
us do it.
September
I happen
1st.
to be away then,
The
but,
public knows on it.
So the next meeting will be September 1st.
the other thing, Mr. Chirinko, is, again, when you're looking at batteries, we need batteries on the
Okay.
traffic control things on Corey Road. Especially as school's getting started. Thank you.
Thank you very much. State your name and address for the record unless you're exempt under Daniel's law.
Yes, my name is Gloria Jouvet, 29 Corey Road. My thing is, we have the light right, when you go back up in my driveway, the light is right there. And I'm not complaining about the light being there, it's the best thing. But the problem is that the poor guy, the policeman, he has to come in every 3 months and try to change the battery, because there's a tree between our house and the next door neighbor's house, which the branch is very long, so therefore, that branch probably needs to be cut. And I don't have the facility to go up there and cut that branch of that tree, which is also affects the light. And the poor policeman comes every 3 months and has to change the light, because it's not taking information, because the sun is not able to penetrate to hit the light. So I'm just wondering if the township could help us probably cut the branches, so therefore it'll be more efficient to the police department, to the school buses, and you guys to get that information.
Andrew, I assume that's a township easement?
Not necessarily, no. It
Okay.
seems like it's a private tree.
Correct.
So,
It's a private community, yeah, I speak to myself, we're okay for the branches to be cut. And I just, and then the next door neighbor, we just gotta ask her, but I think that I don't have the facility, otherwise I would be up there trying to cut the branch so that light could work. Cause it's not only is benefiting, and then when we go, when you back up the car, you can't really see because that branch is a big tree. So you can't see, so it's really dangerous at night. So I'm asking if there's anything that the township could do to, just a branch, to cut the branch.
are we allowed to?
If it's not our tree, then no, I would strictly advise against
Yeah,
trimming
Correct.
a private tree.
yeah, it's a tree on your property.
Well, it's not even my property, it's like in the middle, it's between ourselves and our My neighbor.
So half is on your side, half is on
Yeah,
the neighbor,
because the
you and your
thing is,
neighbor have to work it
You
out.
guys got the lights right next in that side. If you look at my address on United Corridor, you see that the light is there. I'm just trying to be helpful, and I'm saying, this policeman every 3 months gotta come in and put the batteries, and therefore, I also myself cannot back up, well, because of the branch, so.
Let us take a look at it.
Yeah,
If it's,
Okay, if you could
if it's
help us,
hang-
because I can't, like I'm saying, I can't go up there and start cutting the branches, I cannot, it's such a big tree. So I'm just asking safety, not just for us, but for the kids, for the bus, and for the policeman who's trying to be so helpful.
Okay, all right, thank you.
yeah, I got it.
Anyone else from the public? Okay, seeing none, close to the public. All right, we're on to ordinances for public hearing. There are 3 ordinances. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 21-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 500 of the Township Code to update construction permit fees." Ms. Labo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's see. Oops, sorry, second reading. I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 21-2026.
Second. It's been moved in second. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Laybow?
Yes,
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Ordinance number 21-2026 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish the notice of adoption as required by law. I open the hearing to the public on ordinance number 22-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 367, towing of the Township Code to review fees." Ms. Lalama.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption and final passage of ordinance number 22-2026.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Laybow?
yes,
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Ordinance number 22-2026 is passed on second reading, and I hereby direct the clerk to forward a copy of the same to the mayor and publish the notice of adoption as required by law. Can I get a motion to table ordinance number 23-2026?
so moved,
So I'm sorry,
Second.
to carry it to the next meeting, September 1st.
so moved,
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Laybow?
yes,
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes, ordinance number 23-2026 is carried to September 1st, 2026. Okay, we're on to ordinances for first reading. The next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 24-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 318 Sewer and Water of the Township Code to update various water rates and fees." Second reading to be held September 1st, 2026. Mr. Ruggiero.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that ordinance number 24-2026 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, be scheduled for public hearing, second reading, and consideration of final passage at a meeting to be held on September 1st, 2026, at 7 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and be published, posted, and made available by the clerk in accordance with the law.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Laybow?
yes,
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 25-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 318 Sewers and Water of the Township Code to update various sewer fees and charges. Mr. Aaron.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that ordinance number 25-2026 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, be scheduled for public hearing, second reading, and consideration of final passage at a meeting to be held on September 1st, 2026 at 7 PM at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders, Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and be published, posted, and made available by the clerk in accordance with the law.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 26-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 294, Peddling and Soliciting, and Chapter 379, Vehicles for Hire of the Township Code to revise fees." Mr. Ferrante.
Sure, I move that ordinance number 26-2026 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, be scheduled for public hearing, second reading and consideration of final passage at a meeting to be held on September 1st, 2026 at 7 PM at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders, Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and be published, posted, and made available by the clerk in accordance with the law.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 27-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending miscellaneous provisions of the Township Code to revise fees." Ms. Lalama.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that ordinance number 27-2026 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, be scheduled for public hearing, second reading, and consideration of final passage at a meeting to be held on September 1st, 2026 at 7 PM at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders, Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and be published, posted, and made available by the clerk in accordance with the law.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Next item on the agenda for first reading is ordinance number 28-2026 entitled, "An Ordinance of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 102, Alarm Systems of the Township Code to reinstate registration requirements." Mr. Ruggiero.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that ordinance number 28-2026 be introduced by title and passed on first reading, be scheduled for public hearing, second reading, and consideration of final passage at a meeting to be held on September 1st, 2026 at 7 PM at the Municipal Building, 204 Flanders, Drakestown Road, Bud Lake, New Jersey, and be published, posted, and made available by the clerk in accordance with the law.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any council discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Okay, we're on to consent resolutions. There are 14 consent resolutions. Does anyone wish to move any to non-consent? Seeing none, Mr. Aaron.
Thank you, Mr. President. I make a motion to move consent resolutions 303-2026 through 316-2026.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard on any of these resolutions? Seeing none. Any council comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Ms. Leyba, would you move the bill list?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I move the bill list for approval.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions on the bill list? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Mr. Ferrante?
Yes.
Mrs. Labow?
Yes.
Ms. Lalama?
Yes.
Mr. Ruggiero?
Yes.
Mr. Roman?
Yes. Okay, we're on to administrative reports. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to just first off thank Congressman Kane. He visited us last week here, and I want to thank him. He supported in securing us the $750,000 federal funding grant to expand our police facilities. Came by last week to take a tour of that. It's much needed space for the police department, for our advanced technology and resources, so we can serve the community better. This weekend, if you weren't there last weekend, Salsa in the Park was a huge success. It was very crowded. It was a great night. The residents seemed to be having a lot of fun there. It was very crowded. It was good to see. The Recreation does such a great job as always. And they continue to do so this weekend with the Food Truck Festival and fireworks happening from 4 to 10. Fireworks are scheduled for 9:15, so hopefully we'll see you there. I want to congratulate Enzo's Pizzeria, 50 years, which is a long time to be here. 50 years in business, so congratulate them and wish them more years of success. And then also keep in mind, it's hard to believe it's 25 years already for 9/11. We will be doing a remembrance ceremony. This time it'll be on September 11th at 6:45 in the evening instead of the morning we usually do it, but we have a full program for this and speakers so we can remember this 25 years later. So I invite all residents and everyone here to come and honor and remember those who perished and also those who protected us and those who served during that time. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Andrew?
Just one more thing to add. We had a pre-construction meeting with the contractor who's mobilizing this week on the South Hillside Drive water extension project. That was to eliminate the one contaminated well and to provide public water for 2 other residents. So I'm happy to say that that's moving along this week. And then that's tied into the last phase of our paving, so we should be able to pave that other section of Kennedy Drive and Glenside early in September. So those residents will be happy as well. So that's all the update.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to our first, we're on to old business. Does anyone have any old business? Andrew, has there been any update as to, I know Aldi's is not going into that area, but we are aware of any new applicant or none?
I have not heard any updates.
Just asking. Anybody with old business? Anybody with new business?
Well, Shady Lane and Sand Shore was part of my new business, but as our neighbors came out and attested to, it's an issue. So no new business, Mr. President.
Thank you. Andrew, regarding the herbiciding of the lake, I saw your memo. Could you update the rest of the council as to, and the public, what our schedule is and what we'll be doing?
We're still continuing our biweekly surveys of Bud Lake. If the lake consultant sees invasive species, they will treat that vegetative waste. A few weeks ago, there was an algae sample taken and there was the presence of HABs, so the lake was spot treated for HABs. I don't know if you want to go more into specific about your concern or the concern
Yeah,
of
so the
to
reason,
you.
just for the education of council and the public, the reason that I brought this up was, I don't fish much on Bud Lake, but one thing I noticed this past week when I did, the fish are harder to get because they are not hiding. And I recall prior, especially by the bog side, there was a lot of lily pads, which made for a great place for the bait fish to hide and grow.
Yeah.
Of the bass that are being caught, they seem to be smaller. So I don't know if the state has done any fish census and if that information is available. But I for one do enjoy seeing people enjoy the lake via boating, kayaking, but I think another thing that we should also keep in mind is that we try to keep that lake natural for the fishermen that do partake.
Yeah, and we're treating the invasive species. So the whole goal is if you treat the invasive species, then the natural growth will grow. And if you don't treat the algae, then the sun doesn't get through to the good vegetation for that to grow. So it's
Oh no, it's heavily algaed water, that's for sure. 'Cause
right,
it
which is blocking
it's
the
blocking
sun from getting to the good vegetation to grow. So it's a complicated ecosystem there. Our lake consultant's going to do a full vegetative survey in September to see what's growing, what's not growing. But this year we didn't treat for any invasive species, which is good. That means our treatment last year worked, but the good vegetation is not growing yet. So that's another problem.
when's the last time that they supplied a report?
They do biweekly survey reports, and then at the end of the year, they take those surveys and they compile one annual report. We did put a tab on our budget, on our website. That was requested at a couple meetings ago, so if you go under Recreation, Bud Lake, you'll see all the survey reports and the 2025 annual report as well.
Thank you. I think most of us have seen in the news, flock cameras. I assume that the whole discussion on flock cameras encompasses our license plate readers in the deduction. And just for the edification of the public, I just want to make sure it's reiterated that the cameras that we use are solely for investigative purposes, and we're not using to monitor our public.
That is correct.
All right. Has there been any discussion from either police department to turn them on for enforcement? And I assume if that was the case, it would be this governing body that would change its designation?
They have not mentioned anything to administration that they're using it for enforcement, so.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody else with new business? Okay, seeing none, we're on to legal matters.
We'll have an executive session tonight.
Okay, thank you. Council reports. Mr. Aaron, Board of Education.
Just remind the public that schools will be opening in the next few weeks. Please be careful, especially around the middle school and the high school where there's new striping on the roads, new traffic patterns.
Thank you. Mr. Ferrante, anything on library or recreation?
We met with library last week. It was a short meeting. June stats were slightly lower year over year, and they pushed out the September meeting, so the next meeting will be in October. And same for recreation. Next meeting is October.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Leba, anything on environmental, lake, or open space?
I'm going to admit that I missed the environmental meeting because it was a day after our meeting where we left at 2 a.m. and I was waiting for the meeting and I fell asleep. So I did not make it to that meeting. And since Mr. Mania is not available, and I do go to the senior meeting, I want to know if I could give a,
By all means.
Thank you. We had a great meeting today, and one of our members, Ron Dolan, he is really well organized for gaming. So we have all kinds of games to play: dominoes, pinochle, every card game you could think of. He had everything set up on the tables, and each table there was a sign of what game was going to be there and everything. My husband and I and 5 other people at my table, we played dominoes. We played 3 games. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, when they play games, but they also play shuffleboard. So I can't wait to play shuffleboard. But during our, we had a nice turnout. And then during the, I had told people they wanted to know, how's John? And I said, I heard he's in the hospital, but I don't know details. So during the prayer, we gave blessings for John and asked everybody to say prayers for him. So, and there was a lot of people who were very concerned about John, and I said, I don't know anything more, So anyway, I thought that was very nice. He had a lot of love there for his well-being. And that's basically all for that. And I promise next time I'll have my other meetings
Thank you
ready,
very-
information. I'll try to take a nap in the afternoon. When you get up there in years, like 69, you need to take a nap.
I've been taking naps since 30, so.
They said on the news today, or this one thing, they were saying that it's actually very good to take a nap in the middle of the afternoon as you get older, but not too late, because then you can't get to sleep, and you're up too late, and then you don't sleep well, so.
Welcome to being Hispanic. Ms. Lalama, anything on Board of Health?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, there is. The Board of Health is having a free fall into health program, which is Move More, Feel Better Together. It starts September 7th and ends November 12th. And the workouts will be in Turkey Brook Park and Flanders Park, and it's open to all residents that are 18 plus. You can get more information on the website at the Health Department.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Ruggiero, anything on planning board?
Thank you, Mr. President. Planning Board meets this Thursday, 8/20, at 8/20/26. Looks like a full and robust agenda, in which I'm sure there'll be much discussion, and at which time I'll have a report for our next meeting.
Thank you very much. We're on to our last public portion of the evening. Does anyone from the public wish to be heard? Seeing none, close to the public. We're on to council comments. Mr. Ferrante,
Nothing tonight.
Ms. Lebo,
Nothing.
Ms. Lalama.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank all our residents that came out to speak tonight and let us know what's going on in our town, because we're not everywhere all the time. And I appreciate them coming out and getting us aware of the issues, especially the speeding issues in their neighborhoods.
Well said, Mary.
Thank you. Mr. Ruggiero.
Thank you, Mr. President. No, just want to thank all our neighbors who came out, voiced their opinion, and to those who aren't here, please slow down. It's the life you save may be your neighbors.
Thank you. Mr. Aaron.
I echo everybody's comment. I'm good. Thank you.
And I must be coming down with a fever because I have nothing.
No way.
We are going to now move into executive session. No action will be taken once we return from it. And with that, Mr. Ferrante, would you move us into executive session?
Sure, I'd make a motion to move Resolution 317-2026, a resolution authorizing a closed executive session of the Township Council of the Township of Mount Olive, County of Morris, State of New Jersey.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, we shall take a 5-minute recess.
You got that going for you, buddy.
Top-notch IT professionals.
Does this mic work?
All right, you ready?
Hey, can I get a motion to move out of executive session?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, we're back. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Seeing none, good night.
Dane's still here. Huh. Well, Dane.